guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought that this weekend we could just hang out together. I thought that would be fun, and one of the things that I wanted to do is read a book and watch its movie adaptation. I got this idea because I picked up The Perfect Find by Tia Williams in one of my last videos when I was doing book shopping, showed it in a book haul, and I feel like a lot of people commented either they watched the movie or they're interested in the book. I don't know, everyone was kind of leaving some cryptic comments, and I couldn't understand if you guys loved the book, hated the movie, loved the movie, or hated, I just didn't understand what you guys were putting down. But a lot of you have either read the book or watched the movie, and so I want to do both and see what I think of them. I remember Rosalie just flat out commented that she watched the movie and she hated it. She doesn't know if she's gonna read the book. Well, I think she said she's been wanting to pick up the book, but I thought it was so funny how everyone was just like, yeah, we want to hear your thoughts on it. Like, you should read it for yourself. And then Rosalie's just like, I hated it. But I've been interested in doing a video like this for a while, and I just couldn't find the perfect book to do it with, because I was thinking about Red, White, and Royal Blue. Like, that's a very popular book, and then I think it became a TV show, and I'm really interested in watching the TV show, but I actually really don't care about the book. So it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then It Ends With Us, that was like a movie that was really popular. Well, the book is obviously really popular too, and recently the movie came out and it was like a big deal on the internet, and I was like, well, I've already read that book, so that could be a good contender. I can compare. But I just realized I kind of wasn't in the mood to watch that movie. I kind of just didn't care. So I'm going to read this book by Tia Williams, and then I'm gonna watch the movie on Netflix. I feel like Tia Williams, I've only read one of her books, and it's a book that has just left a permanent mark on my soul. 7 Days in June, obviously. I feel like it's a book that I've raved about a lot, and I feel like it's a very popular book on the internet. I haven't read anything else by her, but I'm excited. So let's start this book and let's just get into a weekend. Let's have a fun, cozy weekend together. About a woman who just lost her really great job and her extremely long-term boyfriend, and so she feels like her life is kind of a mess right now, and she meets this younger guy at a party, and then when she goes to work the next day, he's there at her job and they actually have an assignment together. So that's the basis of the story, and that's like the mess that's going on. There's more to their connection, but I won't mention it. It's kind of a spoiler, and if you want to read this, I'll just let you go into it blind and see for yourself. Honestly, it's messy so far. I remember saying when I picked this up that the only other book that I've read where there's an age gap and the woman is older is Part of Your World. And honestly, in that one, I feel like I never thought about it because he was really mature, and I didn't even really remember until they were talking about it, or until the female main character was bringing it up. But other than that, really did not even realize. But with this one, just the way that they interact with each other, you can definitely tell that there's a difference there. I feel like I'm not far enough into this book to form an opinion yet, but I will say I am entertained. There have been moments in here where I've already laughed out loud, and yeah, it's been pretty messy so far, and that's always fun. There are fireworks going on such a random day. Nothing to celebrate, but fireworks have been going off since 8 p.m. I used to think fireworks were so cool because where I lived, I would only see them once a year, and that's New Year's Eve. And then actually maybe we'd see them for Independence. I didn't really see them for Independence Day. New Year's Eve was when we'd see them, and then for New Year's Day, like whatever. And then I moved here and fireworks would just be just randomly going on any day of the week for absolutely no reason. It really lost its spark and it just became this annoying thing that's just loud for no reason. I feel like it's really ruined for me. But anyway, I've been loving daylight savings. I ate dinner with the sun up for the first time in months, and it's just, I prayed for times like this. I don't need a lot in life. I just need sunlight. So maybe this wasn't the best city to move to, but you know what? We're getting the sunlight now. My sister and I have been doing these like really long walks from like the Lower East Side all the way up to the Upper East Side, or like from Tribeca going up to kind of the, not from Tribeca, like Battery Park area. Like literally the bottom of Manhattan, the lowest point of Manhattan, Battery Park, and then we go up to like West Village, and those walks have just been so good in the sun. And I've been sitting by the water, sitting on a bench, literally the sun just completely in my face. I'm ready to like get some color back. I wear a lot of sunscreen, but I'm the type of person that will never run away from the sun. The heat, sometimes it gets brutal, but actually feeling the sun on my skin is literally the best feeling ever. I missed it so much, and it's been so great to just get sun on my face for the last couple days. Also, when we like do our long walks, one of my favorite things to do is just like go in random stores and window shop. I don't know why, I love a window shop. Something about seeing cute things and then picking it up, like, oh, that's so cute, putting it back on the shelf, leaving the store with all your money. I feel like this city's a great place to do that. I don't know, I've just been enjoying it a lot, going on my long walks, popping into random stores. My sister and I also randomly discovered this little coffee shop. It's like the tiniest coffee shop, I'm not kidding. You can walk like 5 steps. It's just this one square and it's like 5 steps towards the register, and that's it. And they have like this one couch on the side and then another like chair bench type situation, and that's all the seating. And we just went in there because we wanted something really quick, and they had such an amazing matcha. I don't usually like hot matcha, but it was really cold that day. I got one and it was phenomenal. I also got it with oat milk, another thing that I usually hate, and once again, amazing. Like maybe the oat milk stuff, I actually looked into it. I did some research, and people say that the Oatly like barista blend or whatever is glorified water, and that's the one that I feel like is used a lot, and that's the one that I've used at home. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not an oat milk girl, but they say like oat milk full fat is really good. I don't know, well, whatever was in that matcha, it was so good. And then I also got this little honey cake. I don't even fully understand the concept of that cake. Like I get it, it's made with honey, but what else? Like honey alone can't make this cake taste so good. It was like crumbly, and then the little icing was just so good, and it was like stacked and layered. Very random place that we found, and it was amazing. Anyway, I've honestly been enjoying really mundane things like my walks, and it's just because there's sun now. Like that's literally all I needed. All of February I was just not doing well, and I think I mentioned that I was having a nervous breakdown in one of my videos, and you guys were kind enough and telling me that you hope I'm okay and everything. I'm good now. The sun came out. That's all I needed. I hate how much the sun controls my entire mood and life, but here we are. Anyway, I'm just gonna read until I fall asleep, and then I'll see you tomorrow. I have a Pilates class, and I think before I go to Pilates, I'm going to go get a matcha or something. Like I'm gonna get a matcha, sit down somewhere, read some more, then go to Pilates, and then maybe do a walk again, and then come home. I have been getting matchas out recently because This is so counterproductive. I haven't been wanting to order my matcha because I'm like, oh, this is so expensive. But then I randomly go get a matcha out, and the amount of matchas I've gotten out so far could have definitely already bought me the packet of matcha already. I need to do better. But also, getting a matcha out gives me a place to like sit and just get out of my apartment because I hate my apartment. Anyway, let's continue reading this book. I don't know why I felt like talking. Remember last night when I was talking about the fireworks that were going on since 8 p.m.? They did not stop until 3 a.m. People in Brooklyn, no, I'm not gonna say people in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is huge. People in my neighborhood, how can you be doing fireworks at 2 a.m. without thinking, I wonder if someone's trying to sleep? Like, it went on until 3 a.m. and I look back on that clip of me talking about how I was just in such a good mood in general, and now I'm sleep deprived and miserable. I looked back on the clips because I was like, what time did I want to go to sleep? I was ready to go to sleep before like 11 p.m. Like literally 10 minutes to 11 p.m. or something. Didn't go to sleep until 3 a.m. I had no business staying up that late. Like, you know when you're trying to sleep and you're just in bed and it's dark for hours? Like, it's the worst thing ever. And these fireworks would just go off randomly, in and out. And then every time I think they're done, they start again. If you need a sign to not move to Brooklyn, I'm your sign. It's me. Some of it also continued this morning. Like, what do fireworks even look like in the daylight? I swear these people need a lobotomy or something. Anyway, I am going to try to work it all out in my workout. You know what I've realized though? Like, I'm going to do Pilates now, and Pilates is such a, like, it's strenuous obviously, but it's such a like calm workout. It's very chill, even though you're like working so many different muscles. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's still very chill. It's still very calming. And I realized I used to do like boxing that's mostly cardio. It's like you learn all of the basic boxing moves, jab, cross, uppercut, stuff like that, and you use them in a way that's just mostly cardio. It's not like you can take one of these classes and then go out and fight someone, you know? But that workout is something I need to go back to because I have all this anger inside me that I need to let out. Like, going to a Rumble or a Tidal class right now would hit. I've been to both. I used to go to Tidal in Florida, and I've been to Rumble here in New York. And I need to look into that again. Maybe I'm not a Pilates girl. Maybe I'm not the cutesy Pilates princess type of girl. I actually do really love the workout, but I should incorporate the boxing again because I would like to hit something. Anyway, let's go. Let's start the day. I thought I was gonna get great sleep last night. Whatever. That Pilates class this morning was so rough. It's mat Pilates, and I'm not someone who's going to diminish mat Pilates, but I did expect it to be slightly easier than like the reformer and tower. I know tower Pilates is, that one's terrible. I would only do that again if I had like serious experience, but I just expected this to be slightly more bearable than reformer. And I was having a rough time in that mat Pilates class, but also I was just really, really tired. I got like 6 hours of sleep Well, actually, I got like 4 and then 1 because I like woke up in the middle. I didn't get good sleep, and that's the issue. Well, I think that's the issue. Like mind to muscle, what is it called? Like mind to muscle connection. You know, when you're like lifting weights and you have to like think really hard to use your muscles. I hope I'm making sense. I know maybe I'm not saying it correctly, but like I know what I mean. And I hope you know what I mean too. But like I need good sleep and energy to do that. To feel like my muscles are like really engaged. And my muscles were engaged in that class, but just not enough, you know? Like I just didn't get the best out of the class. I think I'm gonna try it again sometime when I'm not tired and see how it goes. But for now, honestly, I really like the yoga, just the good old traditional yoga, like all the stretching. I think it's great in combination with the little weightlifting that I do at the gym, plus cardio. I've been walking a lot. What is wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with me. I feel like my sleep schedule is gonna get so messed up because if I can fall asleep right now, it's gonna happen. I'm not saying that it will happen because the same thing that was going on last night is still going on right now, but if I could fall asleep, I'm just like way more exhausted now, obviously, so could probably fall asleep, which is gonna mess up my sleep schedule so bad. Also, I've been reading this book. I haven't updated on it in so long, but I feel like there's just nothing to say. The characters are honestly kind of annoying me a little bit. Both of them in different ways. I find them annoying. And I also just kind of don't know how they are going to fall in love from where it's at right now. It kind of went downhill because she's like really frantic about the situation and she's just so like stressed about it, and she's kind of like being so rude to him because she's like, you're a child, you're working for me like I'm your superior. And yeah, she was just kind of acting like that, and then he is like annoyed by this, so he's like giving it back to her. So I guess it's gonna be like an enemies to lovers kind of thing, strangers to enemies to lovers. I expected them to see each other at the job and like being forced to work together. I thought that was gonna, I don't know, make them realize they like each other, but it's like literally the opposite. I'm not far into it though. I'm not even 100 pages in. Chapter 9, page 97. But as I said, they're annoying me and I am lacking sleep and I just have other things going on. I'm either gonna read this or fall asleep. My skin is going to be so dry soon because my answer to everything lately is to take a shower. I already took one and I'm like after I came home and I'm here and I still feel unsettled, so I'm like, should I take another shower? My skin is gonna be so dry. I just realized it's the first race weekend of the season. We are so back. No more boring Sundays. I mean, it's not every Sunday, but no more boring weekends. I'm probably not gonna renew my like F1 TV membership until Monday actually, because I'm pretty sure the race, it's the first one's in Australia, and I'm pretty sure my time it's gonna be like either midnight or 3 a.m. or some crazy thing like that, so I'm gonna watch a recap anyway. So I'll renew my membership on Monday. I just got this. I got some hair cutting scissors because I was thinking about getting a silk press so that I could trim my ends. That's like the best way for me to do it personally. I think that's when my trims just work the best. But I cannot pay for a silk press and then it's frizzy in a couple days. The only way it can stay like looking good and not get frizzy is if I don't work out. I'm not kidding. I've tried everything, all of the little tricks and hacks to not frizz out your silk press when you work out, and I guess I just have a sweaty head or something because it just doesn't work. One workout and that silk press is done. And there have been times in the past where I would just like go 3 weeks without working out and my silk press would last 3 weeks, like look good for 3 long weeks. And the lady that used to do it was like, how do you do that? I'm like, well, I sacrifice my health. But I'm not doing that anymore. So I just got these scissors to cut my own hair. Probably not a good idea. Okay, not a bad idea, but not the best either. I'm gonna get my sister to help me. Like, I'm gonna blow it out and just hope for the best. Honestly though, when I did these mini twists, I feel like I could see very clearly which parts of my hair needed a little trim. So I might like trim a little with these twists still in, take it out, blow, wash it, everything, blow dry, and then trim a little bit more. Pray for me. Just pray for me. The other 2 things that I got is this African Pride Moisture Miracle Aloe and Coconut Water Detangle and Condition Pre-Shampoo. If you have natural hair and you are not using this, what are you doing? This pre-poo, the best thing ever. But I also got this TGIN Twist and Define Cream. I am going to take these twists out. I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna go back to doing my braid outs. I really like my hair like that. Like, that's my favorite way of doing my hair. I only did this because I was sad and I didn't have the energy like all of February to be doing my braid outs, because my braid outs require me rebraiding like every couple days. I just didn't have the energy for that, and so I did these. And I remember it was so funny when I did these twists. I spent so much time on it, like a full day doing it. Once again, didn't really have to take a full day. I took a lot of breaks. I took really long breaks. But anyway, full day doing this. When I literally finished like one of the last twists in the front, I look at myself in the mirror and I felt 2 things. I felt relieved because I was done, and then I felt like, wow, this is ugly on me. I hate this on me. And I kept it anyway. I'm pretty sure now it's been in for like 2 or 3 weeks. You know what it is? My head is naturally big and shaped oddly. And when I have my hair out in a braid out, it kind of just looks like I have big hair, but no, I have a big head. And every other hairstyle just, it kind of just highlights that. So, but anyway, now that I've been feeling better, I am going to take these twists out and just have my fro out. That's just how I like it best. Hey, good morning. I feel like I need to apologize for the person that I was yesterday when I was tired. I feel better now. I'm still not really well rested, but I feel better now. I really have to say though, my entire core and a little bit of my inner thighs are so sore right now. And so me saying yesterday I feel like I got nothing out of the workout because I was just so tired, probably not true. Every time I'm working out though, I feel like there's this intense connection to my mind and my muscle. Like, I know when I'm doing it right, and I know when I'm like really working my muscles, and I just didn't feel that in this workout yet. My entire core is so sore right now. Like, what are these called? Pectorals? Pectorial? Whatever these are called. I feel like I really need to try this workout when I'm not tired. I think I will actually really love it, but I was just having an off day. Soreness though, like feeling sore is always a good thing for me. Like, it's a good sign. I did something. My friend sent me this video of us when we were in Las Vegas for a concert, and it's such a beautiful video. And I feel like I look at myself in the past. I think about how I look so much happier and healthier, but then I'm like, was I really, or is this just like I was happy on vacation? I don't know, it kind of just gave me a moment to reflect, and I feel like I used to be very bad at processing my emotions back then. And if you think I'm still bad at it, trust me, it could be worse. I feel like I'm a lot more chilled out now. Back then, I was so erratic and I would lash out on everyone in sight. It's kind of bittersweet though. Like, it's obviously a good thing that I'm not lashing out on people and stuff, but I think it's just because I reached a level of not caring about anything, which also isn't good. You should care about things in life. And I'm just at this point where I'm like, whatever happens just happens. Like, it's out of my control. Everything just feels so out of my control. So I just chill out and let it happen. One thing I will say about back then though, like when I think, was I better back then or am I better now? It's already a no, but what I will say about back then, I feel like I had more to look forward to and I had more like ups and downs, whereas I feel like this period of my life kind of just feels like a downward spiral, a never-ending one too. But anyway, I love that video. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen so you can watch it and see me at a happier and healthier state of my life. Honestly, I feel like I've lived so many different lives, but none of them are like interesting. Like, it's not interesting enough for me to like go back and tell you about all the different lives I've lived, but I have lived lots of lives. I've been boring in all of them. Anyway, I've been yapping about everything under the sun except for this book in this video, and it's because I don't really love it. I don't really care. Every time I'm reading it, I'm just so distracted by everything else. I'm either falling asleep or I'm going on my phone, or I don't know. I'm only on page 150. Honestly, there's some parts of it where the way that women are being talked about, it's just like, ugh. Like, there was a scene where he's with his friends and the way that they were talking about women, I'm like, ew. This is gross. The female main character also just feels so shallow and annoying. Like, I don't like anyone. Sometimes that's fine. I feel like in like literary fiction, it can be good. But in a romance book or just like contemporary fiction, I would like to like at least one person. Give me someone to root for. I feel like curiosity is really keeping me going with this though. Like, I kind of want answers as to how they're gonna go from like this to a relationship and like how it's gonna work with their age difference. I feel like an age difference and an age gap isn't that big of a deal in so many books, but it feels like a big deal here because of how different they seem to be. And the guy just seems really immature, so curiosity's holding me here, but also every time I pick it up, I'm like, okay, I'll continue. I'm like, all right, I'm bored. Put it down and I go do everything else. Another part of this that I don't like is that she's coming out of this long-term relationship with a man that she was engaged to, and she seems like over it, like over that man, and she seems like fine moving on, but she's just doing it in such a weird way. Like, she's saying things like, I am not in a position to turn down dates, and she just feels really desperate. Like, why can't you just be alone? I don't know, she just seems really desperate for a man, and I just can't understand that. Honestly, I keep trying to figure out if I'm not vibing with this book because I'm not in a good mood, or if this book is contributing to my bad mood. Like, I honestly have no idea. I'm gonna try my best to continue it. And if it doesn't get any better or pick up at all, I'm probably gonna DNF it, because one thing about me this year, DNFing, I'm doing it. And I'm still gonna watch the movie though. Imagine I DNF the movie too. Because I keep thinking about how Rosalie told me she hated the movie, and I'm like, if it's anything like this, I get it. I just feel like after getting my first and second 5-star reads of the year in March, after 2 months and like a week with no 5-star reads, actually it was longer than that, because I think my last 5-star read was like mid-December. Anyway, after that long time without 5-star reads, I just realized like that feeling when you're reading a book that you're really passionate about and like a book that's actually evoking emotion. I don't know, just that feeling of reading a 5-star read, I need that, or I need something at least close to that. Like, reading a book where I know this isn't gonna be any more than 3 stars, it feels like a waste of energy and my sanity. I don't know, after getting those 5-star feelings, going back to this like mid-range feeling like it's ruining my reading experience, you know? I've had like 2 dreams recently about my teeth falling out, and I looked it up and it said something about anxiety, insecurities, unresolved issues, and I'm just like, this might as well be my bio. Also found out that that's a very common dream to have. So now I don't feel too bad, but like having 2 of them within a week was like, what is happening? I need to go to the dentist though, because that's still it's been a couple days and I'm still not finished this book. I am on page 227, chapter 21. I'm still calling this a weekend vlog though, even though it's very much not the weekend anymore. I was kind of trying to stick it out and give it a couple days for me to like not be in a bad mood anymore, or just like, I don't know, give it a chance. I still don't really like it. We're gonna watch the movie tonight, and I feel like the movie's either going to encourage me to finish this bit or like let me know that it's okay, this just isn't for you, just DNF it. I like the actors in it. I saw that Gabrielle Union is in it, Keith Powers, and the woman from Suits. I don't remember her name, but I loved her on Suits, and the character that she's playing, from what I know so far, I feel like it's gonna be a good fit. Random fact, my friend met Keith Powers at Coachella once and said he was really cool, and ever since then we've always liked him. Also, he's hot. So this book is honestly just so different from 7 Days in June, which could be a good thing, an author's like giving you range, but it definitely messes with my expectations. Like, the writing style isn't even similar at all. It literally feels like a completely different author. Like, I understand giving us a completely different storyline and just very different characters and just like a whole different vibe, but like the writing should still like match up, you know? And this doesn't even really feel like the same person wrote this in 7 Days in June. And this came out in 2016, and I'm pretty sure 7 Days in June came out maybe in like 2020, maybe 2021 or something. So it definitely is years apart. Tia Williams could have just like found her voice or her writing style more within 7 Days of June. So it's not a terrible thing. It's just my expectations were definitely a little bit off. They weren't met. Before we start the movie, so for the last like 2 days, instead of reading, I've been watching Sex and the City. Sex and the City? Sex in the City? Sex and the City. You know the show. And it's my first time like fully like watching it fully through like beginning to end. I've seen like random episodes. I've also randomly seen 2 of the movies. I don't know how many movies there are, but I've seen 2 of them. And like the thing that happens with Big in one of those movies, like, anyway, which was honestly kind of ridiculous not having any context to that, but now I know. Anyway, the point is, I'm like finally watching it through, finally seeing what everyone's so obsessed with. I get the appeal. The 4 friends living in New York City, fun. Also, one of my favorite things is like how different their personalities are, and just seeing them like clash and also blend. I love it so much. Like them sitting at a diner talking and their different opinions like going back and forth and their banter with each other. The friend group is just so fun. I think it's a great sitcom, but oh, Carrie needs to stand up. I think it's so funny how within this show, in the beginning anyway, because I'm pretty sure by the end of it, like some of the others like get married and stuff like that, but anyway, in the beginning of it, all of them, they're like young and they're dating and they go through so many ups and downs with different guys, and like you see them go on dates with guys and they would break it off for the most ridiculous reasons. Like one thing would happen and they'd be like, yeah,
that was the last time she saw that person, blah blah blah. But then Carrie, that's like happening with all three of the other best friends, and Carrie on the other hand is in this like endless loop with this toxic man, and I'm just like, free my girl Carrie, this isn't even fair. All three of them are literally having so many fun relationships, different guys treating them better. They have their flaws, and that's why it ends, obviously. Or like some funny thing happens and like they break up with, like the guys break up with them. Carrie's storyline, it's not funny. It's actually really sad. I'm not kidding. There isn't 2 consecutive episodes of them being on good terms. It's just episode after episode, he brings up another, like, he's literally showing you that he does not like you. What more do you need? And she's also, like, unhinged. She's pretty insane. And the thing is, like, he makes her crazy, but girl, there was this one episode where he didn't want to introduce her to his mother, and she was like really upset by this, so she shows up at their church like uninvited. I mean, listen, it's church, she's allowed to do that, but like she was not going there to get blessed, praise the Lord, or anything. She was going there to be an insane person. It's like at church, like you couldn't even try to run into this woman at the grocery store, at church. Just little things like that. And it's just like, this man is constantly showing you that he does not like you. So I'm gonna need you to take the signs and go. Another thing that's so concerning is that, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm pretty sure the movies came after the seasons of the show. I mean, visually, it definitely came a bit into the show. You could tell, like, season 1 looks so vintage. New York looks so different. And just, it was a different time. Like, the buses don't even look the same anymore. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure that movie, like, happens either after all the seasons or, like, somewhere way later into it. What's concerning to me is the fact that this man is in the movie. So it just means that there's 6 seasons of this back and forth. That's crazy. Anyway, let's go watch the movie. Enough about sex in this, I don't even know what the show is called. Okay, so I've only watched like 6 minutes, so I don't have anything to actually say about the movie, but I texted my sister and told her that I was watching this, and she's already seen it. I don't know, something about after I clicked it, I was like, this just feels like something my sister would watch, so I asked her. Also, her and I have been obsessed with Gabrielle Union since Bring It On. She changed our life with that movie. But anyway, yeah, she's watched it already, and she had no idea that it was a book, and I've been reading this book for days. She's seen me reading this book, and she didn't even, like, it didn't click to her at all. I don't know, random update. The only thing I will say so far is that 6 minutes in, as much as I can say, it feels very true to what I read. The beginning of this book, the beginning of this movie is just, it's a good visual so far, so I hope that they keep that up, because I know sometimes movies love to change things. And that's kind of also another reason I feel like I want to finish the book, just to see if they changed anything. I literally just like rewind this. But one thing about this scene is that this is like the first time they met, and they're going so fast. And that happened in the book too, but the thing is they were both really drunk and they seem very sober. So this just makes it even more corny. Okay, so apparently they actually were drunk for that first meeting scene or whatever, and I don't know, they just look completely fine, clear minds in the movie, but they were drunk. Either way, that scene is still weird and embarrassing. Hated watching it, hated reading it. Anyway, the character who's the most different so far is Darcy. I mean, we could learn more in the movie, but yeah, she definitely just seems the most different. Darcy seems to have a different relationship with Eric in the movie versus in the book, which kind of, and it's not annoying, it's interesting to me that they changed that, because I feel like that kind of brought some layers to the characters. Why are these characters so unlikable? The scene where they're fighting at the kids' party, just, why are you guys? Wait, no. Something very insane just happened. And now I'm definitely finishing that book, because I need to know if that happens in the book. And if it did, the book's getting an even lower rating. What? It's not even funny. Guys, it's done. Thank God. I hate that. I hated that. 1 star. If we're rating books out of 5, I'm rating movies out of 5 too. 1 star for the movie. And as crazy as it seems, I now need to know if that's how the book ended too. I mean, it just kind of feels so outlandish. Like, it feels like too much of an important part of the movie plot for it to not be in here. But yeah, now I need to know. I'm not tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I need to know. And if it's the same thing, also 1 star for the book. That's... I'm gonna sleep. I did not talk at all today. My sister and I just went on like a really long walk. We walked for like 2 hours or something. Since the weather has been nicer, it's my favorite thing to do. That's my equivalent of touching grass. But anyway, I did come home, take a nap, woke up and finished this. Honestly, everything that was different about this and the movie kind of happened within the last 100 pages. Like, that's where the most differences were. So when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty much the same. But most of the differences are in like the last 100 pages, the ending stuff. There was a point where the ex-fiance came back, and why was I low-key rooting for him in the book? You could just tell like how off this is as a romance book. I'm not even rooting for the actual couple. The things that changed drastically is the closure with her ex in the book versus in the movie. I think I liked the book more. And then also like them getting figured out, because obviously they're keeping this a secret, right? Because he's younger than her and all that. It's like a secret for a while. But the way that they get figured out in the movie versus the book, so different. Like, the person who figures them out, same, but like the method, so different. And in the book, it's so much better. I guess in the movie it was honestly more dramatic and kind of insane. Like, it worked more for the drama of it all, but I definitely I liked it better in the book. there was so much more depth when it comes to the male main character's background in the book. I feel like most of it was erased in the movie. And that just felt, I don't know, it feels like such a huge part of this book, yet in the movie it was just kind of sort of mentioned a little bit, and it just made it more meaningful here. Overall, I'm definitely thinking that the book is better, just not by that much. The ending that I hated in the movie, it still happened, and it happened in a worse way actually. It's just like the other parts of it. I do enjoy the book more than the movie, but the ending, I hate that. I gave the movie a 1 star. I would give this 1.5. And that's so sad. I broke my streak. I told myself that I wasn't gonna read any books under 3 stars, meaning if it feels like it's under 3 stars, I would DNF it. But these circumstances were a little bit different with the movie, and like my curiosity killed the cat. Anyway, yeah, 1 star movie, don't recommend. Like, I really don't recommend. The book, I'm rating it 1.5, but I don't know, everyone's so different. I feel like someone could enjoy this. I really didn't, but you might. Anyway, Tia Williams, I still trust you because you still wrote 7 Days in June. Well, that's the end of another video. I honestly feel like when I came up with this idea, I thought this would be such a short and quick video. Like, it's gonna take me 2 days to read this book, and then I watched the movie the same night. Like, I'm gonna be filming this video for like 3 days tops, and I've lost track of how long I've been filming this because I never wanted to pick this up. Okay, you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Thank you for watching. I'm not always a hater. Today, well, the last couple days was just my time to be a hater, so sorry. If you got to this point in the video and you somehow still liked it, give it a like, subscribe for more, and let's hope for a better outcome reading for my next videos. I'll see you soon. Bye!